there, SpeedGaming. Welcome again for more Super Metroid Randomizer. Here again with Multi-Category Tournament 2022 to the fourth week. Final day of week 4. We have the race between ouiche left and Skipsy on the right. This is the 1 win, 2 loss match. So I believe they're still alive in the tournament. Where 2 losses is the maximum number you can take. And whoever loses here will be out for good. And the winner will be in that the playoff match race at the end of all this. We have 7 weeks of Swiss. Which save room is this? Is this looking out? We have 4 items. Probably see a morph ball and a various That's the deck. 3 seconds. Unfortunate time loss, but it's just a few seconds. So we're playing random start. That's why we are in upper north there at the start. And to accommodate that, some of the pink doors and green doors are turned into blue doors. So this various suit can go up to speed booster and wave beam. As part of the tweaks, I'm not sure anyone knows all of them for sure. But the speed booster door is normally green. But being able to open this will enable 2 more checks. I think the speed booster item room door is normally pink, but that should be blue here too. Okay, there it is. And then wave beam area, the lower door to wave beam is a blue door, while the upper door is pink, and that's not changed, so you can still wall jump up the left side of the room to get to wave beam missiles. But that'll probably be what we're seeing next. We're just gonna be a little bit ahead, because Skipsy had that early setback. So the modes we're playing, we have countdown, random start, and boss randomizer. So top left corner is the up north, and it's going to show a 3 because they've already picked up various suit. That counter is going to show the major items in each region. There's a morph ball, so that'll be another item that's counted. And we've taken this fall. Can give Skipsy time to catch back up, and probably even up after this. Even up at morph ball. Wave beam door. We'll see if it's blue or pink. The door color changes are dependent on which location they start at. So you have to play every variation of the starting points to know what the changes are. Okay, it's a pink door. So Skipsy did need an extra missile. And just missile pack there. But because of that firm, we're back in the lead. There's the Kago here underneath the spikes, which is a great source of missiles. So I had the option of farming off of this. But as we saw, wall jumping up the left side is not so easy. But in these weird start seeds, you want to keep track of your missile count You're going to be getting fewer missiles. I mean, fewer miners, which in turn means fewer missiles. So when you do eventually run into pink doors, you want to be have enough to open them. We'll see what they have to do. This has to be exit through Cathedral, I think. Can't do anything with Croc or Croc Escape or Lore Warfare. So they're gonna be running out here to the left. And what they want to see is super missiles at the Cathedral item. But they still have a high jump as 3 more checks. Once you're past high jump, then most of your options are going to be limited by super missiles or power bombs. And if that happens, you have to go all the way back to one of the early zones, either Brinstar or the ship. Skipsy on 9 health. Hopper does 20. I don't think they saved. That's a bunch of filled-in map, though, so maybe they did take a safety save. Okay, Wave Beam at Croc Escape. Write that in your notepad, because we're going to be leaving behind Upper Norfair for a while. And yeah, Wave Beam is our last major with the Spring Ball. So we don't know if they're ever going to pick up Wave Beam, but they have all the majors out of this zone. Okay, there's super missiles. What do you do with super missiles? So there is the choice of going back to Croc. Probably more common to go up through Red Tower and then to one of those zones that branch from there. But yeah, this Cathedral run, it helps if you can, like, if you know where the enemies are gonna jump, so you can land the missiles. With P shots, it takes just a lot of shots to kill these enemies. These are like mid-game enemies. So like 2 missiles per kill, but then that's like 6 beam shots or something. But just don't get hit. Get through fine. And also, Skipsy needs regular missiles now. Because this is a pick door. And this farm can eat up a lot of time. Silvers aren't great for dropping missiles. We're just gonna check Ice Beam area for power bombs. There you go. Resetting the supers. Our early supers would be nice, but I don't expect them to want to use supers like in the near future. Skipsy is skipping out on the high jump boots check, so doesn't know about. Yeah, it doesn't know about Spring Ball. I'm not sure if they checked Croc Escape either. But they're missing the super missiles that were at high jump, and so they have to leave behind all these red Brinstar checks. All these except for X-Ray require a super missile to get through the door. So we shall be able to get these checks on the way. Going through the main red Brinstar door here leads to a gate that you have to gate glitch to get through. So having one missile is going to be problematic with that. But the Zeelas are much better at dropping missiles. So farm's not too long. But Spazer had the first power bombs. So now Ouiche is up in like 2 types of miners. I think it'll work out where Skipsy finds supers here in Pink Burn Star. But Ouiche is going to go back for the Kraid check, it looks like. So this is boss shuffle. And that means there's a 50-50 chance that they can't kill this boss. But does get the Kraid lair item count. Speaking of, Green Burn Star has 2 majors. And there's power bombs. So not getting burned by power bombs. Like, not getting power bombs in Pink Burn Star would have been a soft lock, actually. Yep. Common sight in boss shuffles to take the save, the Kraid Slayer save. But this is a bit of a time sink for Ouiche. Hopefully they can kill it. It would have been good if there was like majors in Kraid Slayer to know about. But at this point we're hoping for a boss kill. Oh, Fantoon's a great find. So Fantoon is going to power on the wreck ship, and also gives the major count for wreck ship. So we see there's 3 items in wreck ship, and getting back to this location, like from Skipsy's location, is a lot more awkward than from the Spazer beam room that Ouiche was at. So this works out really well. And there's a good chance of major progression in wreck ship. They're on various suits, so flames do 20 damage. So gotta be a little careful. Gravity suit in Edikins. A little better than if you had 1 E-Tank, is having various suit. Because the big healths balance out a little better. Running out of regular missiles can also be dangerous. That's a death. I did take the save in Kraid's lair, but does want to get this Fantoon kill. Yeah. Not an easy fight at all, because 0 E-Tanks. But just really went wrong once they ran out of missiles. In the fight, you're farming both health and missiles to keep going. And just ran low on health, at the same time ran out of missiles. So it just became too hard. And really didn't want to use a super to end the floaty phase. Because supering Fantoon causes the enrage phase. But Skipsy found the supers. They got a gravity suit out of Green Burn Star. So they're doing alright over here. Spazer was the out-of-the-way red tower spot, and it wasn't a major, so whenever they get to the Alpha Beta Peebs section, then they can look for the major over there. They're leaving behind the other Green Brinstar major, and we see the Criteria has one major. It's a good first round for ouiche. Nice number of missiles hit. Also maybe farming a little harder, keeping the missile count higher. It's a lot like an any percent fight from the route. Not sure if they play that route or not. Oh right, the other Green Brinstar major item is X-ray. So we've seen both of them. There's gravity and X-ray. Yeah, should be able to finish off Fantian on the next round here. Fireball hitboxes do last a little bit after they're dead. Yeah, super from here will kill it. Okay, so there's a dead Fantian. So we're playing random start, and part of that is what's called Varia tweaks. I believe that means picking up the bomb Chorizo item starts the fight, even if you don't have bombs. And then another thing is that suits, suits can be found in the criteria zone, where in other settings they're not able to be. So ouiche has incentive now to go straight up Red Tower and go directly to Wreck Ship. And that would take them away from Gravity Suit. So we'll see if that's what happens or not. It's not super likely they'd be able to kill Wreck Ship boss. It would depend on what was inside the Wreck Ship for items. So there's reason to look at Green Brinstar criteria and get more miners and E-tanks. Skipsy's second super pack decided to keep it. They've already checked the back. The criteria region is grouped together with Retro Brinstar, the blue Brinstar area. So Skipsy's cleared out most of this top half, but there's still a whole lot of blue Brinstar left, where it could have that last major item. It looks like we're getting big divergence. Or maybe call this convergence as they meet up at Wreck Ship. But we have ouiche checking top Red Tower. And unless the major's in X-ray, it's going to be up here. It's a charged beam. Okay, so good to find. I don't think either runner will miss that. But it looks like... Oh, right. I didn't even put it together that they started with various suit, so this is both suits already, and we just found charge. So, Skipsy can't do much in this wreck ship because Fantoon's not here. It'll just be a boss visit and leave, and then as soon as they leave, they're going to find the charge beam. And from there, that's like enough items for go mode, where you just pick up more on your path. But you're not like hard looking for more items after that. Whereas she's gonna full clear wreck ship and then do some amount of criteria and then some amount of green prints there before finding that other suit. Nice custom ship here on the left. I guess both runners using custom Samus pallets. Seeing a lot of custom sprite and palette swaps in this tournament. It's been a delight to see. So this is a Dragon. This is a every missile counts Dragon. So Skipsy can do a little more than half the health of Dragon with the super missile count, but is going to need a efficient farming fight. So using power bombs to clear the cubes, not so great. Really, they get most of the health damage in, actually. Closer to 3/4 on the ammo that they started with. So this fight's going pretty good so far. Just landing a lot of missiles. I thought ouiche would go into wreck ship, but it looks like they're actually going to do a loop around Green Burn Star Baby. Which we know would be really good because Dragon's here in wreck ship, and you want that gravity suit. One item in East Meridian. And the item could be here in the space jump, or it could be in the actual East Meridian. Behind sand pits, or at Shack Tool, or Plasma. We may never know. Gravity suits at Eticoons. And this was a Upper North Air start, so they had various suit from this beginning. And as Skipsy leaves here, they're going to take the elevator down to Red Tower and just run right into Charge Beam. So we'll see how much of Green Burn Star ouiche clears out. We don't know where the good majors are, so it's still helpful to pick up like more super packs. And you want a couple like E-tanks and reserve tanks for safety. So it doesn't really hurt to be stocking up on miners. Not this early on. Okay, so this is the gravity suit. Yeah, getting gravity suit about the same time Skipsy gets their charge beam. We had supers behind the green door. That's good to see. Skipsy has not seen the last Upper Norfair major item. That could influence their decision. We don't know how many majors are in West Meridia. But Lower Norfair has that worst room in the game, and I'm not sure how Skipsy feels about it with no movement items. Yeah, on just charge beam and other beams, you still want to look for more missiles to speed up your Ridley fight, mostly. And then maybe expect to run into a beam or two before getting to Mother Brain. But high jump area, if Skipsy goes there, it does have Spring Ball, and that's worst room in the game item. And then it also has 2 super packs, which would help with a Ridley fight. It looks like this is a blue Brinstar play from Skipsy. Like get the one major that's in the bottom. Just have to gate glitch again. This game ate up a lot of time, actually. It's multiple long rooms. Yep, can just wall jump off the pipe. Get up here. No extra platform needed. But there's plenty of miners here. And likely has the major. And we can see if we follows them in. It works out for their route to go up through blue and then over to wreck ship. But Skipsy was already heading down. Like sort of detoured over here to get these items. So 2 items here. We got the ceiling E-tank and missiles behind the wall. And then 2 more up at Billy Mays. That's a plasma beam. That's worth a lot of miner items. I think that has a lot of value. Yeah, and if Skipsy remembers, then go a room to the left and pick up X-Ray. Already killed Dragon, but still helpful for Phantom. And then we'll see about Bottom, whether that gets fought or not. But with that plasma found, Like, you don't need to look for ammo at all anymore. And already knows about Dragon. So you don't need ice or speed either. Yeah, skipping X-ray. That's fine. But now we'll see what Skipsy does. Maybe peaks West Meridia. Likely does the Kraid boss fight. And then, I don't know after that. Yeah, and then coming up through the shaft makes sense for Ouiche. They still have to go over to Wreckship and fight their Dragon. Gonna have a much easier Dragon fight with Charged Plasma X-ray. But Skipsy gonna have a much easier Phantoon fight with this Charged Plasma. They're able to beat all bosses now on both sides. So just a safety save in case of Ridley damage, I imagine. Hopefully not forgetting that they have Varia, like I did, since he got it immediately into the seed. Okay, so this time Ouiche can go for the gravity jump, it looks like, to get up across the moat. Could on a spring ball jump, could on CWJ. Lots of options. That's one enraged Phantoon, but we get to show off the pseudo screw using charge beam to avoid all this damage. And although we got an enrage, a super still does 600 damage. That's not for nothing. And we'll get some insight on how Ouiche is feeling, as there's 3 majors here, and they can pick them up if they want. They'll probably do the easy checks either way. But if they field any more items for go mode, then we might see more clearing out of Rickshaw. Charge plasma shot does 450. It's like Dopplering 4 missiles. Okay, very good. Got a dead Phantom. And then we're gonna see the microwave kill for Dragon. Getting it in 1 cycle is pretty tough, so it might take 2. But you just use X-ray to run out the iframes on Dragon, so that the beam keeps hitting without moving very far. So it hits, moves a little bit, hits, moves a little bit. And then when you stand up, it means Dragon is dead. So both of them having much faster fights than the other when they did their fights. And we're even on bosses. Ouiche is up the Spring Ball. Spring Ball is at high jump. Yeah, at the start of the seed, Skipsy didn't have missiles to open the high jump door. So opted to skip the check. And inside high jump was 2 super packs, a spring ball, and then the supers opened up power bombs at Spazer. But then Skipsy made up all those miners in Green Brinstar. Yeah, so Skipsy doesn't know where this other major is. I'm not super sure if they check Croc Escape either. Croc Escape is the wave beam. So not knowing that Spring Ball's just a high jump, they're gonna make these other checks. Maybe wants more safeties for a Ridley fight. More supers, more E-tanks. And we'll see how much ouiche is going to clear out this wreck ship. Doing spooky missiles with powered on. So extra spooky. Contrary to what you might think. It gets an E-tank for it. And put that E-tank to use by damage boosting back on all the spikes. But no, clean in and out. I can't tell if Skipsy has power bombs or not. That's 0. But the very randomizer changes these bomb blocks into shot blocks, so it is not a soft lock if you run out of bombs. So if we compare the runners, they have the same majors, same boss kills, pretty similar minor counts, with Skipsy just ahead a little bit on missiles and super missiles. Ouiche is up E-tank, turns it seems. But Skipsy is in the better location. Depending on what they want to do. With Spring Ball, they just got, you can clear out Lower Norfair. Use Spring Ball jumps to get up. Worst room in the game. Or not. I had an option of going to Croc, check the majors in there. Because I imagine they want some other kind of movement item now, if you're not going directly to Lower Norfair. And then ouiche, knowing what they know, likely to go to Lower Norfair. This is 0-8 on West Meridian. Which means this path leads to sand pits. But probably more correct to go directly to a Dragon boss. They already have Dragon killed, so the path through Cack Alley is open. But going this way, you can check a sand pit and then take the tube up to Cack Alley. I don't see why either runner will want more miners or E-tanks. Just pick them up if they see them. One item in East Meridia. We already knew that, but I forgot. So, East Meridia is not a super play for finding items. Starting off with a snail clip. Got a clean gravity jump on the left to get that lava dive. Don't want to anger the snails when you're snail clipping. And they just come back with vengeance. They also don't listen to you. But if Wish is comfortable with this lore warfare, then it seems like they just pulled ahead here. Skipsy is going to be losing time checking these locations while Wish is making progress to the end of the seed. If they had the X-ray, you could use X-ray to either buffer the movements of the snails for an easier snail clip, or you could do a forced stand-up to widen the jump window. But skipped X-ray. You get to see more microwaves. Very good. Can't microwave in the air though. So, 2 shots. Yep, and this will be that spring ball jump. I think I'd like to see sandpit checks at this point. Just resetting the room now. With these missed snail clip attempts. And yeah, the item could be precious, could be bought to an E-tank. And you could get those checks by going to the boss location. Pirates hitting for 50 damage on both suits. We know Ridley location is either a Ridley or a Kraid. Okay, now they're going for sandpits. See double super pack on the right sandpit. Meanwhile, Weish is just going through lore warfare. Took a save for safety. He's run out of health, I'd have to imagine. It's unmorphing a little early, so it causes the K go through the snail. I like to sit up there a little bit before unmorphing. Now this sandpit trip, I want to see continue towards the Dragon boss, because you're next to the tube. And then if you still don't have the major after all that, well, here it is, grapple. Don't need grapple. Okay, so grapple was our East Meridian item. West Meridian was empty. So Skipsy probably goes to wreck ship, right? It could be Ridley item with a Ridley boss with an item at Dragon. And it is going to be a Ridley boss in East Meridian. Skipsy found their major item, so now going to the boss. But I have to imagine that you see the 3 majors in Red Ship, and you really want majors, so you just go to Red Ship. They're gonna see the lower Norfair major count too, but whether you go to screw attack or pass worst room, you're gonna need to springball jump. Hopefully they don't forget they have springball. Yep, and pretty good loadout for a Ridley fight. Can take the health refill past the save station if they need it. They know it's 50-50 to be Ridley here. Then ouiche is just gonna make its way to the end of the seed. Pretty good chance of looking for majors on the way out, actually. These checks aren't that slow in the lower Norfair escape. And there's a good chance of hitting 1 or 2. 24 supers means you just need a couple charged plasma shots to lower Ridley's health down low enough. Yeah, probably overdid it, so gonna have a couple extra supers. I like to get down to 15 remaining supers first to help with counting. Yeah. Overkilled Ridley by like 7 supers. I was watching the color changes, right? But no problem at all with the fight. Yeah, and major not behind Ridley. So space jump. That's a good item to see. Going into Meridia next for ouiche. That'll speed up a lot of the movement there. You really want to have either speed or space jump for Meridia movement. And then there's screw attack at 3 Musketeers. The last place you can get any value out of it. Get the power combo, space jump, screw attack. Together here, the end of lower Norfair. Skips, I don't think checked the Batoon E-Tank item. Well, they already know what the major is, so it makes sense not to. But going this path, I could see Forgotten Highway to Ship. Like, otherwise you would go down through sand pits to get to lower Norfair. We haven't seen Croxlair yet, and I'm not sure if anyone's tallied the numbers to see if it has an item or not. But we've seen all the other locations. But It's looking like the race is just decided by knowing how to springball jump. Just being comfortable with it. Ouiche just got their... What was their go mode? Was that Plasma? Or was it Dragon Knowledge? But just got go mode and then went directly to the bosses they need to kill. Whereas Skipsy is still looking for more items, because it doesn't consider this go mode. But springball jump, an expected trick for the tournament. It's still likely that there are other majors available that you don't need springball jump for the seed. It's just costing them too much time in looking for them. Like, they were ahead. Once they picked up springball at high jump, they were ahead positionally. But they've just fallen behind now, doing all these checks. Got an ice beam. It's good to see. We already know that Ouiche isn't going to see any more majors. East Meridia, remaining major, is in the same pit, left same pit, and there's no reason to pass through there. Yeah, Spiky Room of Death, still deadly. So we should do a little bit of ammo management in Torian. Not going to have access to Ice Beam or Speed. Opens up with a Plasma Shield. Love to see it. Bringing like 20-something supers into a Ridley fight makes it not too bad of a fight. Yeah, that wasn't quite the swoop of a dead pelican. Okay, and we're done. Be the final boss for each day. Yep, making the Ridley check, because there's still a major in Lorne Orfair. Probably over Screw Attack GT area. I don't think Mickey Mouse is checked. But there's going to be a major in one of those 4 spots now. I'm not sure about Fireflies even. But from here, it's just a run out of East Meridia, pass by the ship, take a refill, and then enter Torian. And we have 2 more items in Wreck Ship. Wreck Ship, in terms of how areas are grouped, includes this outside section. In vanilla game, these aren't part of Wreck Ship, but in Very Randomizer they are. Opting not to check the sky item. So we'll see what we see in bowling. Yep. Shooting that super directly into the green gate. Rising the elevator. Ascending towards the surface. Yeah, let's see what Gravity Chozo has. Just missile pack there. And a reserve for your trouble. After all that, just the ice beam. So is that right? The last two majors were Sky Item and Reserve Tank? But probably goes down to Croc next. The items the Reddit's had didn't really improve all that much ever since finding the Plasma Beam. Plasma, really nice find in terms of skipping like the missile hunt for Go mode. But after that, it's just the space jump at the end of Lorne Warfare. Then we got Ice Beam at Rickship E-Tank. Just nice to have. Not having Ice Beam, gonna have to powerbomb these Metroids. 5 hits apiece. 2 hits can double hit. Just a little bit slower. Then no Ice Beam also means no Zeb skip. But this is plenty of ammo to just missile down the Zebs. I'd like to believe there's 2 items in Croc, but it's not something I'm gonna even try to count. Oh, what haven't we seen? Maybe that'll help. One seems Phaser, Bombs, High Jump, or Speed. With 1 in Lorne Warfare and 2 in Rickship. Seems like 1 at Croc. The other item in Upper Norfair is the Wave Beam. The 1. And we gotta charge Plasma for Croc. So, 2 shots and Croc's dead. Nothing to say here. had a bubble mountain start the seed. Found all the majors pretty quick. I think it was the Bubble Mountain Missile for Varia, Morph Ball at Wave Missile, Wave Beam at Croc Escape, and Spring Ball at High Jump E-Tank. And from there, runners went up. Kind of diverged a little bit. Top of Red Tower had Charge Beam. Edikun E-Tank with the Gravity Suit. Then they both ended up full clearing all that section anyway. And also ran into Plasma at the Retro Brinstar, the missiles, whatever our name for them is, next to the ceiling tank. There's lots of supers and missiles. Can afford to take misses. Don't want to take too much damage. You can get yourself into a spot where a bad catch-up hit can end the run. And with just plasma, missiles are more damage. Missiles 600 DPS, supers 900, and plasma is 450. Just plasma. It's really strong beam, but you do have to play out the fight more than like with a full beam from old around 80%. Gets through it, no problem. Damage is down. We don't really see a whole lot of stand-up in these races because the E-Tanks are a little hidden. And they weren't even something that needed in this year, the early Varia. So Skipsy didn't find a way around the spring ball jump. We'll see what they decide to do. I could go left. Check the 3 items over there for a movement item. But you'd need it to be bombs to avoid spring ball jump. Oh, actually ice works. Maybe that's what he's going for. You can use Charge Ice to freeze a pirate, and then jump off the pirate. It's just kind of finicky and terrible to box. And with Plasma, you have to shoot it in a little peculiar way. You want to blow out the ceiling first, or else the power bomb is going to kill the pirate. That's a good freeze. It's just an awful hitbox to work with. And you also need the pirate to be pretty high up on the screen. Okay, they're up. Ice beam worked out. I have to imagine they know that that hunt for ice took just too long. as we see ouiche, the final escape. Running through, no speed, no high jump. Not great movement items. Does have screw attack to kill this one pirate. Yeah, screw attack makes this Leodox room a little bit better. Next final moonfall. That looks like a 0. Yeah, I believe that was a 0 power bombs. You need 5 power bombs going down and 6 going up. Or you can use other major items in place of power bombs. So stop the elevator, you have to freeze the pirate again. But yeah, if you're not used to not having morph bombs, you always gotta check your power bomb count when going down to Wasteland. It's an easy place to accidentally softlock. Yeah, with Spring Ball we'd only need 5 coming back up. Yeah, that'll be ouiche finishing first place. A time of 105.37. Yeah, taking the win and continuing on with a 2-2 score. Yeah, and then Skipsy gonna forfeit shortly after. Had a lot of game left to play, because I'm left to redo that worst room in the game. So if you like what you saw, you can give our runners a follow for today. ouiche and Skipsy. There's also 2 more races today, finishing out our week. We got Simo and Fat Scott at 5:10, which is 10 minutes ago, on SpeedGaming 2. And then we have Smellin and Craze Gamer tonight at 10:10 on SpeedGaming 4. And that'll be it for week 4. And we'll see who wants to talk about the seed.
Hey.
Hey, joined by Skipsy. Unfortunate end to that seed.
Yeah, that was kind of a seed, right?
Yeah, it was
Seeds
like,
this week, but not this one.
yeah, it was turning into like a really great race where you were both together about when you got that spring ball. But then it just ended up you needed more items and ouiche didn't.
I wasn't confident in climbing lower Northhead. I know it's possible without high jump or anything. It's super tight, I heard. And I tried it once in a SM Red race, but yeah, I had to leave, and I was scared about that happening again, and I might lose too much time. So
Yeah, I think you're talking about the frame perfect, pixel perfect jump.
Yes.
But what was expected here was the spring ball jump to get up worst room.
I can't do that either. That's too advanced for me. I'm one of the newer people playing Super Metroid, and this tournament was a great motivation to like start up Super Metroid and really get hooked up. And yeah, but there's still so much to learn, right? Springboard jumps at that particular spot is it's really tight. I made it once in practice somewhere, but that's also something where you need to be confident the moment you enter law and warfare.
Yeah, definitely. A bunch of tricks like that. You just have to practice it, try it out, and then practice it again. But no, couldn't even tell that you were a new runner to the game. You put on a great race against ouiche, who we know has been around for a while. So it was a good showing.
Thanks. That's motivating. That at least I did something correct. But I'm looking forward to next week. It's area again, and this tournament also. At first, I was super scared about area randomizer, but playing the first seed and the second one less because it was light area. But the first one, we practiced it a lot with friends who also started out with Super Metroid, and yeah, that was a lot of fun. So looking forward to that.
Yeah, this tournament started you off rough with hitting you with like all the modes at once.
Yeah, definitely.
Like they were going for trying to challenge the more veteran runners. So it makes it a little bit harder for newcomers, but you still get to try out all the funny modes that Super Metroid Randomizer has.
I think next week is area. Then no boss shuffle, if I recall correctly.
Yeah, next week is Major,
Major,
Minor,
minor, yes.
Area, and no boss shuffle.
I'm not the biggest fan of major, minor. I think Chozo is a tiny bit better, but that's just preferences, right?
Yeah, it is. Major, Minor is the mode that's been played like the most over the years. So it's just what most of the runners are going to be most used to. It's all these other modes that have been added after, like Chozo. Area, comparatively newer. Random Start, we haven't seen a whole lot of. And Countdown is, in particular, new. So with that, anything else you'd like to add?
I think I said everything. Like, I want to see in chat. I wasn't completely super fresh starting, but ever since I want to correct on that. Like, I played for fun some hundo and some any percent, so I don't want to come off as like. But ever since I want to correct myself in that regard, that ever since the tournament started, I really put time into practice and stuff. So I'm not a very good person, a very amazing person that's like can do everything already.
It's great to hear that this tournament is getting community to come out and put in the time better and show us what they can do. So thanks for coming out here, Skipsy.
Thanks for commentating. I hope you said it was fun, so I believe you. And yeah, I wish everyone fun times with this tournament. It's so much fun to watch all the different seeds and races, and watching everyone play amazing in this game. That's really cool.
Yep, for sure. And with that, thanks for watching, everybody. And you can hop over to SpeedGaming too if you want to continue watching more of this multi-category tournament. So, see ya.
Bye.